What's up, people? Welcome to GA Trading Club's State of the Club for the month of August 2023. Now, let's kick things off by checking what we did or the returns we made in the month of August. Now, if you follow one of the links down in the description to a spreadsheet that tracks the official trades we take on the daily live sessions and also the official trades I send out in a free Discord, again, the link is down in the description. You'll see that in the month of August, we had a 6.5% return. Now, we are 5 months old, and the month of August was actually the highest return we have had so far since we founded GA Trading Club. Now, compared to the month of July, we had a 1% return. And in the previous video for State of the Club for the month of July, I did expound a little bit more on why the return for that month was a bit low. Now, one of the things that led us to have this 6-time increase compared to July in our returns for August is that we developed a new strategy. Again, the markets are always cyclical, so what happens in one quarter might not necessarily happen in the next quarter. So in trading, you need an arsenal of strategies in order to supplement your trading. Now, the strategy we developed is called the SAR strategy. And this is a strategy that's out there, so we just happen to refine it and find a way to exploit it more to our benefit. And what this allowed us to do is have an improved risk to reward strategy. Now, previously in the previous months, we were used to taking, or even personally, I was used to taking trades with a 1:1 risk to reward. So what that means is with a 1:1 risk to reward, if you lose one trade, you need another winning trade in order to come back to break even. But for example, with a 1:2 risk to reward, if you lose one trade, you just need the next trade to get into a 1:1 and you're already at break even. And if the next trade wins, that you're already at break even. If the next trade wins and you go to a 1:2, you're actually up in profit. So with an improved risk to reward ratio, this allowed us to achieve this 6.5% return. Now, this is amazing because one thing that inspires me is being better than who we were as a community in the last week. So if we are stagnating, if we're not improving in the returns that we are making, then it means maybe we're not adapting to the changing market conditions. And one way I like to think of this, compared to especially what August taught me, is that if you look during those 5 months that we've been around, there are months we've had a 1% return, months we've had a 4% return, other months we've had a 3% return. But if you were to plot those returns on a graph, the graph would be incremental. So that tells you one thing about the community. That tells you that we are very strong on growth and improvement. And if you were to judge us based off of 1 month return only, like for example, July, you would be judging half the picture or even quarter or even a tenth of the picture. But if you put everything collectively, like for example, if you take the returns since we started in the last month of March through what we did in August, you'll see we had a cumulative 20% return in just 5 months. So that tells me that we are on the right path, growing and increasing and improving our knowledge, because one thing that trading, your trading skill, it can never be taken away from you. You can lose money, but that skill you acquire, that skill you develop as a trader can never be taken away from you. Now, another thing that we'll be doing, at the end of every week, I will be doing a recording, a live recording, and I'll be posting it of the trades we have taken during the week. So I'll be going over what trades did we take during this week, and it will encompass both winning and losing trades. So I'll be going over the strategies that allowed me to take those trades or to send out those trades. So if they ended up in wins, well and good. Again, if they ended up in losses, well and good, because we know that there's nobody, no institution, no individual who has a 100% win rate. So it's just about enjoying this journey as a trader. It's all about knowing that, okay, we have strategies A, B, and C. Okay, if we entered a trade using this strategy, what is the logic behind that strategy? So that's a new thing that we'll be doing over actually beginning this weekend. So for this new month. Now, I wanted to do a short reflection of the 5 months of GA Trading Club. It's been a lot. It's been a ride. And yesterday I was thinking to myself, and I follow a couple of other traders out there, traders whose journey range from months to decades. And I was thinking to myself, okay, where do I see this community going? So which is why I stepped back and I looked at those returns we've had in a span of months. Now, there's other communities out there that have been around for way longer, communities that have hundreds of people, thousands of people. But one thing that I want you, either you're a member, if you're a member of GA Trading Club, or if you're not and you're looking to join, or if you're part of another community, I want you to also think of it in terms of your own trading style, because there are times when I ask myself, especially when I started streaming live and I started building my own community, it actually exposes you to the public, to public scrutiny, to public analysis. So it's sort of like your life is under a microscope. There are people who think you're not going to make it. But one thing that has kept me going is knowing that at the core of my being, like what we are doing here is trying to change lives, is trying to spread this knowledge out there that there are other things you can do in life that can support your lifestyle. And financial literacy is one thing, unfortunately, most educational systems do not focus on. I mean, sure, you go to school and they teach you about balance sheets, income statements, but they don't touch on how practical that is. And I mean, sure, they can give you examples of, okay, this person is an accountant at this company, but after you've graduated, more than likely, a lot of people may not pursue careers in finance. So the question then is, how then do you get this financial knowledge? Because if you think about it, to live in this life, you need some sort of financial income of some sort, because you have to pay rent, you have to pay medical bills, you have to pay car notes, insurance. So if the bane of our existence is hinged on money for the most part, and I know there are people out there who are minimalists, there are people out there who really don't care about money as much, but for the majority, money, finance is a major part of their lives. But you find most people have a lacking knowledge in finance, in investing, in trading, mention it. So choosing to put myself out there, choosing to build such a community is to get to people who maybe indirectly they are not exposed to that knowledge. Maybe there are people out there who are just thinking, okay, I need to do something else in my life. So when I reflected upon that, I was like, okay, as much as I put myself in the public and allowed myself to be scrutinized, I allowed my trading to be scrutinized, because I was doing really good even when I was trading on a personal level. But also bringing myself up to these public platforms has allowed me to be a better trader, because I know that my trades are being scrutinized, my education is being scrutinized, and sure, there are people who can compare my community to other communities out there, but in my view, I have like a 5-year, 10-year view of where I want this community to be. And for example, some of the traders that I follow out there, these people have been in the game for 5 years, for 10 years. People like ICT, there's people like Swaggy C. So if, for example, somebody like Swaggy or ICT, when they were beginning, like I think ICT has been in the game for 20 or 15 years, Swaggy has been in the game for about 10 years. So if these traders had quit when they were starting their communities, and I like when you see some of the before and after pictures of these people, because it relates to you as a trader, if you are just beginning and you're not sure where this journey will take you, but you have a vision that, hey, this can end up here for me. So don't take it too hard on yourself in this journey, because I would want to look back at this video 10 years from now and I'm like, okay, wait, by then my videos maybe are not the best and whatnot, but 10 years from now, who knows where you can be. So this is also a video to motivate you and to inspire you to never quit. I know there's this news that came out just the other, I believe last week, regarding my Forex funds, which was one of the biggest prop firms in the industry that went down, or that is under investigation, and they froze their assets, and a lot of people lost income. And I saw in the industry a lot of people questioning whether this really is for them, wondering, okay, if one prop firm has gone down, what will save the rest? Maybe is this the end for prop firms? But I understand that challenge and that effect on your psychology, but here's the thing, you don't know where you will be in 2 years if you keep going. You don't know where you will be in 5 years if you keep going. And another thing that inspires me too is, same thing, if you look at those returns, there were months where, for example, even July we made a 1%, there are months where we made 2%, and some of the strategies we were using, maybe there were days when it wasn't working out. But if I had chosen to quit and give up in the second month of launching this community, and keep in mind, like in the statistics, most startups, because I consider GA Trading Club, as much as it's a community, I consider it a startup, most startups don't make it past the first year. So I could have been disheartened by making 2% or by some strategies not working, but every time we developed a new strategy in the club, it led to an increased or an improvement in the returns, or even in the knowledge and skills that our traders and our community had. So I always ask myself, if I had given up at point A, I would not have reached point B. So it keeps me going that, okay, what else is there for me to discover in this world of trading? So keep in mind, I've been trading for about 3 years now. GA Trading Club has only been around for 5 years now, and I've seen improvements along the way, both in my personal trading space and in GA Trading Club as an overall community. So my trigger is that, what more is out there? If a good amount of traders who are now full-time traders, they've been in the game for 5 years to 10 years to 15 years to 20 years. So if you start judging yourself as a trader and you're only months into the game, you're only years, 1 year, 2 years into the game, know that that is the journey. That is the journey those before you have traveled. That is the journey that there are people who haven't even started. So there's no need for you to quit if you've already seen the promised land, I can call it that. If you've already seen the potential of what this can do in your life, do not quit. But again, if you find that, say, trading is not your thing, then never stop there. At least you know that you will find, or you know that you tried, and then there are other things out there that you can try. It was Jim Rohn who said that when the end comes, so when death comes for us or for you, let it find you scaling a new mountain and not going down an old one. So the idea here is that let us all keep pursuing that which gives us satisfaction, that which is morally right for us. Wake up and feel excited about what you're doing in your life. Wake up and be grateful. And recently, in recent weeks, and this is one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur or running your own thing, is you feel content, because week after week, at the end of every week, I feel happy and I feel proud of myself for the strides might be short strides, but for the strides that we are taking as a community. And I think that's one of the things that life is about. It's feeling proud of yourself, proud of a community you're part of. And what that does for you is that it makes you look into the horizon, into the next week with hope, with determination, and saying, I want to continue this feeling of pride. And one of the best things too, and we discussed this in the club, is comparing yourself to who you were yesterday and not to who somebody else is today. Because if you can be better than the person you were last week, can you imagine the levels of increment, the levels of improvement you will achieve in a year, in 2 years? So the month of August was eye-opening. It showed us that we shouldn't give up. It showed us there are things out there that maybe we haven't discovered that can lead to us being more profitable. Now, the month of September, we're doing well so far. Right now, if you follow that link as well for the spreadsheet, I think we are only down 0.4%. We've only taken one official trade in this first week of September. So we still have 3 more weeks to go. And we will see what the month of September brings us. Again, if you are part of this club, this community, go on, stride on. If you're not yet part of us, I'm not telling you to join us. Definitely, there are other communities out there that can also guide you on this journey, but I sincerely do hope that you're part of us and you grow with us from the ground up. And again, if you know that, or if you feel and know people out there that can use our education, our knowledge, feel free to send them over to us. Again, the links are down in the description. You'll find the link to one of the links is for the Discord. It's a free Discord, no payment whatsoever. You just join us and see what we're about. Get some skills, get some knowledge. And the other link, of course, is the link to track our skills because our trades that we take. Again, we are transparent and we want to show transparency, and we want to show you that you can definitely make either a side income or even full-time income as a trader. But again, until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.